My dear friends, let me ask you a question. If you could sit down with the world's oldest, wisest doctors, the ones who lived long enough to see their patients grow into grandparents, what advice do you think they'd whisper into your ear? Would they tell you to spend thousands on fancy supplements? Would they say you need to run marathons at 70? Or would they smile gently, shake their head, and tell you something much simpler? Something that's been on your dinner table all along. Well, today, I want to take you into the heart of Japan, a place where more people live past 100 than almost anywhere else in the world. And the secret, my friends, lies not in magic pills or expensive treatments, but in food. Yes, just everyday foods. So, pour yourself a warm cup of tea, settle in, and let's walk together through the wisdom of Japan's oldest doctors, who have seen generation after generation thrive well into their golden years. And before we dive in, let me gently remind you, if you love learning about living stronger, longer, and healthier in your 50s, 60s, and beyond, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Golden Years Health, and share it with someone you care about. This way, you'll never miss the gentle guidance we share here each week. Now, let's begin our journey. *1 The gentle warning from Japan's oldest doctors. You see, Japanese doctors don't give advice the way most of us are used to. They don't scare you with numbers or wave a finger at you. Instead, they share wisdom like a story. A reminder that every meal you eat is either feeding your health or slowly taking it away. One elderly doctor in Okinawa, where some of the longest living people on earth reside, was once asked his secret. He chuckled softly and said, "We do not eat to be full. We eat to be well." That is the warning, my friends. It's not just about eating more, or even eating less, it's about eating right. And in Japan, eating right often means choosing natural, colorful foods that keep the body light, the heart strong, and the mind clear. So let's walk through the foods that Japanese doctors quietly insist on. The very foods they believe can carry us gently into our 90s and even beyond 100. *2. The everyday foods for a long, healthy life. We're not talking about anything strange or hard to find. In fact, many of these foods might already be in your kitchen. But the way the Japanese eat them, the respect, the balance, the rhythm is what makes them so powerful. Let's take them one by one. *1 The magic of sweet potatoes in Okinawa, one of the world's blue zones where centenarians are common. Purple sweet potatoes are not just food, they are life. Now imagine this. A grandmother in her 90s sits outside her home, peeling sweet potatoes with weathered hands. She's strong, her back is straight, her laugh is warm. Every day of her life, she's eaten these colorful roots. Why? Because sweet potatoes are filling but gentle. They give slow, steady energy. They're packed with natural goodness that keeps blood sugar balanced and the belly satisfied. And here's the beautiful thing, they're simple. Bake them, steam them, or just enjoy them as a warm, humble meal. No need for fancy sauces or complicated recipes. The old doctors often say, if you want to live long, eat the food that grows under the sun and in the earth. Sweet potatoes are exactly that, Earth's gift to long life. *2 The wisdom of green tea. Let's walk into a Japanese home in the early morning. The first sound you hear is the gentle pouring of hot water over green tea leaves. The aroma rises, earthy and calming. Green tea isn't just a drink in Japan, it's a daily ritual. A pause, a breath of peace. It warms the body, clears the mind, and gives a steady, calm energy without the harsh crash of coffee. For elders, it keeps digestion smooth and spirits lifted. Japanese doctors encourage sipping green tea daily, not as medicine, but as comfort. A little cup in the morning, maybe another in the afternoon. Small moments of care for the body and soul. 3 The power of fish, especially from the sea. Japan is surrounded by the ocean, and the sea has always been their pharmacy. Imagine fishermen bringing in their catch at dawn. Fresh mackerel, sardines, and salmon fish rich with natural oils that keep the heart young and the brain sharp. Elders in Japan don't eat giant steaks or heavy fried meals. Instead, they enjoy small portions of grilled or simmered fish, eaten with gratitude. And you know what's beautiful? They don't drown it in butter or cream. They let the fish shine on its own, often with just a touch of soy sauce, ginger, or miso. The old doctors often say, eat the food that swims, not the food that runs. And perhaps there's wisdom in that. 4 The strength of fermented foods. Here's a secret many people overlook: fermented foods. Think of miso soup, that humble bowl served at breakfast in almost every Japanese home. It's warm, it's savory, and it's alive with tiny helpers that keep the gut healthy. Or pickled vegetables, radish, cucumber, cabbage, simple, tangy, and refreshing. Fermented foods are not just flavor, they're tradition. They keep digestion smooth, protect the stomach, and help the body absorb nutrients better. One doctor in his 80s once said, "The gut is the river of life. Keep it flowing clean, and your body will stay well." So a little bowl of miso soup, a small side of pickles. These are not luxuries, but daily companions for a long life. Point 5. The humility of rice, but in balance. Cirrus, of course, is at the heart of the Japanese diet. But here's something important: the Japanese don't drown themselves in giant bowls of white rice. Instead, they eat small portions, often mixed with barley or grains for extra nutrition. And here's the clever part: they use rice as a base, not as the star. Vegetables, fish, and soups fill most of the meal, while rice simply supports. It's balance, my friends. Not excess, not deprivation, just balance. 6. The beauty of seasonal vegetables. If you walk through a Japanese farmer's market, you'll notice something: everything is fresh, seasonal, and colorful. Doctors in Japan often remind their patients, eat with the seasons, and nature will care for you. In spring, tender greens. In summer, cucumbers and eggplants. In autumn, pumpkins and mushrooms. In winter, warming roots. Eating this way not only keeps meals interesting, it gives the body exactly what it needs in each season. Cooling foods in summer, warming foods in winter. Nature's rhythm in every bite. 3. The Japanese way of eating. No, it's not just what they eat, but how they eat. The Japanese have a saying, "Harahachi bu," stop eating when you are 80% full. Can you imagine the difference this makes? Instead of stuffing the body until it's heavy and tired, they leave the table light, satisfied, and energized. Meals are small, served in many little dishes. This way, you get variety without overeating. And meals are never rushed, they are shared, enjoyed, savored. This gentle, mindful way of eating is perhaps the greatest secret of all. 4. Stories of longevity. Let me share a little story. In Okinawa, there was a woman named Yushi, who lived to 105. When asked her secret, she laughed and said, "I eat sweet potatoes every day, I drink tea, and I never eat until I'm stuffed. I leave a little room for tomorrow." Double quotes. Another man, a fisherman in his late 90s, still strong enough to mend his nets, said, "The sea gives me life. A little fish every day, and I feel young." These stories are not about extremes. They are about simplicity, about trusting the foods that have nourished generations before us. 5. Bringing Japanese wisdom into your life. You may wonder, that sounds wonderful, but I don't live in Japan. How can I bring this wisdom into my own home? It's simpler than you think. Swap heavy, processed snacks for a warm baked sweet potato. Replace 1 cup of coffee with a soothing cup of green tea. Enjoy fish twice a week instead of red meat. Add a spoon of miso paste to hot water for an easy, healing soup. Choose fresh, colorful vegetables that are in season where you live. And most importantly, eat slowly, stop before you're full, and savor every bite. These little changes, done daily, become habits. And habits, my friends, shape your future. 6. The gentle reminder. Remember this: Japanese doctors are not giving us complicated formulas or strict diets. They are offering us a gentle warning. Don't wait until your body is broken to care for it. Care for it now, with every meal, with every choice. Living to 100 isn't about luck. It's about small, steady steps: eating well, living simply, and choosing foods that love you back. So, my dear friends, if you dream of living not just long, but well, walking with steady legs, laughing with a clear mind, holding your grandchildren close, then take this wisdom to heart. Eat simply, eat gently, eat the way the oldest doctors of Japan have quietly shown us. And if this message touched you, if it made you pause and think about your own meals, then please like this video, subscribe to Golden Years Health, and share it with someone you love, because together, we can make our golden years truly golden. Until next time, may your days be light, your meals be nourishing, and your heart be full.